Welcome back, guys. So, this is the first costume that I handmade. There's no sewing machine or anything involved in it. And I did this costume for 1001 Dreams weekend for the Texas Ren Fest. So, just to kind of give you a rundown, I'm going to use these branches as wings with a liner that I covered in fall leaves. And I did the skirt, and I'm going to show you how I did it. I just wanted to welcome you back and show you that you too could have a costume that looks extremely detailed, and it was very inexpensive. This cost me around $30, including the wings, to make. It was very time consuming, but if you're just going to go one weekend and you want to dress the theme, spend the time. Put some elbow grease in it, and you can have a very beautiful custom costume that looks like you paid hundreds for it. So let's get into how I made it. Okay, so we're going to get started with a simple bra that I have actually ordered off of Temu. I think I spent like $3 on this bra, and a waistband. I sewed a piece of elastic that fit my waist so that I can wear this to Renaissance this year. When you turn it around, this right here, it has a couple of different straps in the back. This is why I ordered it. And we're going to be using this bra to be the liner for the top. So as you can see, I have finger weaved a bunch of different fall colored yarn. I've braided some, finger weaved some, crocheted some, and I'm going to cut some that's got texture, and I'm going to build the skirt, and I will be back to show you exactly how it looks. And I'll probably do a separate tutorial on how to finger weave and all this other stuff. Okay, I want you guys to see how I'm cutting the textured yarn to put onto the skirt. Here's a box. I made sure that the box length was perfect for this. And I just keep wrapping it. And I do it until I have enough string to put onto the skirt. I know I look a little crazy showing you this. It makes sure that all the string is concise and the same length, and I'm doing this with a few different ones. This is obviously yarn to make a blanket with, but it's going to give the skirt some texture and make it look really cute. I got this at the thrift store for like $7. These things are usually about 15-20 bucks if you go over to any of the craft stores. Okay, I'm going to continue to wrap this, and I'll be back and show you putting more of the skirt together. I crocheted this color, and I just kept rolling it up so that I can make a lot of strands out of it. So I'm going to cut it now the same way that I cut the white part, wrapping it around a box, making sure all the strands are even. It's a single crochet strand. It's nothing that anybody can't do. I'm going to knot the ends as I cut it so that it doesn't come undone, and I'll be back to show you. Welcome back, guys. So here's the front of the Autumn Fairy skirt. She came out beautiful. I have to go ahead and secure each strand, and I'm going to have to do that on the back. So I'm going to turn her around and show you how I did that. And as far as these leaves went, I just sewed those on the side of the elastic. And I'm going to leave that open. Give it a little bit of a, I guess, high slit on the skirt. And we'll wear something cute under it. So I'll be back. Okay, so I'm securing each one of these strands that I hung over, and I'm doing it. I know that it looks tedious, but I don't want this thing to come apart if I wear it to Ren Fair. So I take each one, I take a small string, and I tie each one tightly in a double knot just to make it stay onto the elastic so I can come back, readjust it, and then sew it all together. And I also, doing this, I also make sure that the strands are even at the bottom, or uneven, because some of it looks cute with the different textures. And so when I'm done doing this, I come back with needle and thread, and I sew the two end strands onto the elastic, and then I sew every one together from that point on. I don't sew every one to the elastic. That way it gives the elastic the stretchability to fit my waist. I fluctuate in size, so if you sew everything on there tightly, it could pop if you're not careful. So I'm going to do a couple of these for you to see, and then I'll see, like this one right here, I'm going to make an uneven. And we're going to secure it. And I'm going to do this to each one, and when I'm done, I'll come back and show you how I actually sew. I do two at a time. I go around, then around, then around, and I attach it all the way underneath the elastic just to make it look like this. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm using a leather needle, and I'm threading yarn into it, because this whole thing's made of yarn. It just, I don't know. I think it looks better. You can do whatever you want. This is a do-it-yourself situation. And once I get it threaded, I'm going to go across the band of this and do any strands together. I'm going to loop it all the way around underneath the band to give it that look. Anywhere from 2 to 3 at a time, depending on the thickness of it. And when I'm done, actually, I'm not going to be done. I'm going to show you how I'm doing this. So I've already secured each strand. Let me turn this. Okay, so they're all hanging. And I'm just going to pull this one through, 2 of them, and I'm going to tie a knot. I'll come back and cut that later. It's just to establish an anchor. It might even just hide behind there. And I'm not attaching this to the elastic, because if you have too much of this attached to the elastic, it's going to rip, and you want the elastic to be stretchy. So we're going to go through these 2, come around, and we're going to loop it just to give it kind of a waistband look. And then we're going to go and do it again here. Loop it. Waistband look. And just push it up. It also holds them together, so depending on whatever it is that you're going to wear underneath of your costume, you're kind of keeping it secure, holding everything together. Some people are more modest than others. It's all a choice. Okay, I'm gonna finish this up and I'll be back as soon as I'm done to show you the finished product. Okay, so here's the skirt finished. I didn't end up being able to have the high slit in the side because I made this thing way too big for me when I tried it on. So I had to close in the sides just to make it fit. I don't know how many more leaves I might add to this, but I got all of this secure. And then on the side, I made sure that all of these are actually individually loosened so you can, open it, stretch it to put it on. But overall, it came out really beautiful. I might trim up some of it and make it look a little more irregular just because it's an autumn fairy and it'll make it look a little bit more woodsy, I think. But I don't know, it could look different when you come back, but it's still, overall, this is the finished result of the skirt. It was really simple, little time consuming, but if you've got the time, my whole point is I'm new to this like you are. If you have the time, you can really customize and make some beautiful costumes by hand. So I'm going to get working on the top. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do to the top yet. You do see a garbage bag under it in case I add some color. That's what the weird arms are looking at. So next time I come on, I'll have the top done. Okay, I just wanted to stop in and show you the direction I've been going on the top of this costume. It's coming out really good, but because this material is extremely stretchy, you cannot just glue stuff on there or it will distort it. So I'm having to strategically sew pieces on, and then you can come back and glue a few of them on top of that, but you don't want to make it stiff where it doesn't stretch. So anyway, I'm going to finish working on this, and when I'm done, I will show you the final product. And here it is, the final result. I'm probably going to work on these wings a little more. My husband's going to help me put some straps on it to come across the shoulders, because the back of the bra, just so you know, show you. This is how I have it in there right now. It's just that I need him to help me with some wire cutting and to fasten the back of it. But it's going to look fine when we're done. But it's not a corset, so I can't use these wings in the way that you have the U-shaped bar to tuck it into the corset. So this one will have to be worn over. I'll probably decorate the straps in some way. Here's the back of the skirt. Came out really cute. Let me turn this back around. So if I do anything else to it, I will be adding maybe some stuff to the wings just to give them maybe some sparkle, maybe some gold glitter. I have added gold glitter to the leaves. It definitely brought out that fall tone. And just so you know, the reason I went with the fall fairy over everything else is when I went to the store and I was thinking about doing a fairy for 1001 Dreams, I went to the clearance section, and what they had on the clearance rack for the yarn was fall colors. Yarn can be very pricey if you're buying it just off the shelf without any sales going. And I got these little guys right here that gave it some really beautiful texture from Temu. I think it was like $2.99 for a whole, I don't know what they call it, a whole package of it or whatever. Some of it I got from the thrift store. This and this right here. These can be pricey. These I didn't even have to crochet or braid or anything because they're so thick. They're meant for blankets, but they can be pricey at the store. I got it at the thrift store for I think $7 for a whole thing. These guys were $1.25 on the clearance rack. So I ended up with like 2 boxes of yarn, and I have a lot left over. And I only ended up paying something like $12, $13 for all of it. Then I bought the bra that I keep calling the liner. I got this off at Temu. I paid like $3 for that. I didn't see any reason to spend a lot of money on an actual bra here that I was going to cover. And then the branches that I'm turning into fairy wings, I got those from, we have a store here called King Dollar in Houston where everything's like $1.99 unless otherwise marked. These were $1.99 per branch. So those wings literally cost me $4. And I have a bunch of scrap flowers and glitter and stuff that I'll probably dress it up a little more. May even put some fairy lights on it just to make it pretty. So guys, if you like it, subscribe, comment below. I would love to have you guys follow me, but even more importantly, if you guys decide to make your own costume, please show me. I love this. It's a passion for me. So you take care and God bless.